Hello everybody. In the current affairs this week, the week ended 21st of December 2025. We all know that in the Union Budget 2025-26, there was a very substantial reduction in the personal income tax. So it was feared that the government might forego certain amount of revenue and the tax collections, at least in this year, would be on a decline. But contrary to that has happened. In the current financial year, till 15th of December, the direct taxes collections in India has increased by 8%. So rather than any decline, there is an increment in the direct taxes collection by 8%. And this could be on account of better tax compliance and also on account of the growth in the Indian economy. The another good news this week was that India and Oman has signed a trade agreement, and under this trade agreement, 98% of the labor intensive goods like exports in leather, textile, farm products to Oman now will be under a zero duty export. So this could be an opening up of a completely new market for the Indian exporters. This is very important at the time when India is facing very substantial tariffs from the US, especially in these kinds of labor intensive products. Maybe this could be a blessing in disguise for the Indian exporters who would now be exploring and entering into newer markets rather than the traditional markets of countries like the US. On the Indian stock market, Nifty 50, Nifty mid cap, Nifty small cap, all these three benchmarks were largely unchanged. FIIs were modest sellers to the extent of 250 crores and DIIs were buyers to the extent of more than 12,000 crores. In the market, which was unchanged, Nifty IT was up by 1.09% and Nifty PSU Bank was up by 1.33%. On the commodity front, Brent crude was now at a level of $60.47 to a barrel. This is a decline of 1.06% in just 1 week. This is a good news for India, with the reduced prices on crude can benefit India in terms of both the kind of foreign exchange outflows and the cost in terms of the cost of production in so many of the industries in the Indian economy. The gold prices in India were by and large unchanged with a mild correction of 0.70 and they closed at 1,31,779. The prices of silver now had crossed the decisive level of 2 lakhs and were up by 2.5% in just 1 week. There was a little good news on the exchange rate front, where the US dollar and Indian rupee, the dollar closed at a mark below 90 rupees to a dollar and it closed at 89 rupees and 58 paisa. Nasdaq was up by 0.5% and S&P 500 was mildly up by 0.13%. That is all for this week. Thank you.